I'm Mark Hunter, the sales hunter, and I wrote the book A Mind for Sales, but I'm talking right now about why can't I prospect? And if you stop and think about it, this is a question that really too many salespeople struggle with. Why can't I prospect? Now, here's the whole thing. I'm going to walk you through several techniques, several things that you need to look at, and I'm going to invite you to something at the end of the video. If you like the video, click subscribe, would you? And I do share this in my book, A Mind for Sales. Here's what it is. Why can't I prospect? It starts with your mindset. When I sit there and say, why can't I prospect? You have already told yourself that you can't prospect. You see, it is a head game that blocks too many salespeople from being successful when it comes to prospecting. The way I want you to look at it is I want you to look at by asking yourself this question. Do I have the ability to help people? Do you have the ability to help people? Yes, you do. Then it is your responsibility to get in touch with them and to reach out to them. You owe it to them. And when you fail to reach out to them, you are doing them a disservice. So now let's walk through the steps. What I want you to do is I want you to write down all of the outcomes that you help your customers achieve. And best way to do this is by looking at your existing customers. What are all the outcomes? And who are these people? Identify, begin to classify who they are, because these are the people that you want to be targeting. So then what I'm going to do is the next step is I'm going to begin to say, okay, where are these people at? Where they live? Well, what's the industry they're in? What's the occupation? See, I'm going to begin to identify where can I find more people like this? After I've done that, I'm going to begin to say, okay, what are the mediums I'm going to have to use to be able to reach these people? Now, when I say mediums, the communication methods, because it's not going to be just all email. It's not going to just be all phone calls. It's going to be a whole variety. So what are going to be the mediums that I'm going to be using? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin building a list. What are the questions and the information that I can share? The questions and information that I can share that is going to be able to get you thinking and talking about this outcome that I want to help you be able to see and achieve. You see, I have the ability, so it's my responsibility, but problem is if I call you, you're not going to take my call. You're not going to listen to me. You're not going to respond to my email. I have to engage you. Now, I use a phrase, trust is currency. See, in this phase, what you're doing is you're creating trust. You're asking them questions. You're sharing with them information. Now, to get to that point, you're probably going to have to say, I don't even have time on my calendar, which is the next piece. You see, I've got to create dedicated windows of time on my calendar to prospect. Because if I don't have those dedicated windows, it is not going to happen, period. You see, what this means is, again, I probably have created this excuse, why can't I prospect? Well, have you even started to prospect? Have you even set yourself up to where you can prospect? So you've got to create those windows of time. And it may be 2, 3, 4-hour blocks, multiple days a week. I don't know what it is. You have to determine what that is. And then what I got to really begin to say is what's going to be the cadence? What's going to be the process I'm going to use? Now, I can't call people up and think I'm going to make one phone call and wow, everything's going to be hunky-dory. They're going to buy from me. No. See, I'm going to have to probably go through 12, 14, 16 steps. Many companies I work with, we put together a 15, 16-step process over the course of 6 or 8 weeks. And again, it's going to vary depending on what you sell and who you're selling to, et cetera. It goes right back up to that first question I asked you in terms of who is your perfect target. You see, but what I found is when you go through these steps, it is amazing at how easy it becomes to prospect. Well, easy is a relative term. Prospecting's hard, I get it. But I'll tell you what, when you're focused on knowing that you have the ability to help somebody, it is amazing how it begins to change your mindset about how to sell, how to prospect. When you change your mindset, it is amazing how you change your output. Mindset equals output. Hey, I want you to go down below to the description. I got a link there for you because I want you to join me as we help take the message of Mind for Sales to the marketplace. Mark Hunter, Sales Hunter, great selling.